There are plenty of television shows that could rightly be hailed for their remarkable action sequences. These shows display thrilling choreography, action sequence, battles, fistfights, and a fabulous plot that makes them outstanding. Welcome to BingeTv. Today we've picked top 10 shows with the best action sequences. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and to turn on notifications for more videos like this one. 10th place, Into the Badlands. First in the line, we have Into the Badlands. Regent Sunny, a highly skilled fighter and the deadliest hand clipper for Baron Quinn, battles the nomads to rescue a mysterious boy named MK, who harbors a dark secret about his past. But when he brings him back to the fort to train as a cult, a clipper in training, things quickly get out of hand with another trainee. To seek out the truth about his past, Sunny wants to know more of the city beyond the Badlands and must find a way out. Every season had more creative use of scenery. The choreography was always impeccable, and the characters' surroundings made for even more exciting fights. The fight deserves a round of applause directed towards the art and props department. The boat where the scene takes place makes it much more exciting. We get to see some of the most intricate, powerful, and brutal fight scenes in the show. 9th place, The Boys. The Boys is based on dark comedy. The show introduces an eclectic cast of high-powered humans and swiftly revealing how awful they all are. A world where superheroes are commodified into action figures and heroic publicity stunts so that giant corporations can make money. This show is a biting social commentary with an extra mean streak, and it's a lot of bloody fun. The Boys is one of the best action sequences that makes its way to the list. 8th place, Spartacus. Next in the line, we have Spartacus. The life of Spartacus, the gladiator who leads the rebellion against the Romans, from his time as an ally of the Romans, to his betrayal and becoming a gladiator, to the rebellion he leads and its outcome. We see awesome face-offs in the arena, skirmishes between factions, and even full-fledged battle scenes with cinema-level quality. The fights and battles are all gripping in their own way, and keep the viewer engaged from start to finish. The action in almost every scene itself also provides plenty of thrills. The clashing of the heavy armor, along with their view from inside each combatant's helmet, adds a gritty sense of realism to the fight. 7th place, Prison Break. Prison Break follows a pair of brothers who are locked in prison together. One was falsely accused of committing a crime, and the other got himself locked up so that he and his brother could formulate an escape plan together. Prison Break follows their attempts to break out of prison and their eventual run-ins with the law outside of prison. The pair naturally find themselves in a variety of fights, both with their fists and with guns. The show manages to find new and clever ways to stage its action sequences and fights, and each one felt thrilling in a new way than the last. The show was inventive in plenty of ways, and its treatment of action was a marvel. 6th place, 24. 24 may be old enough for a reboot, but the original still holds up as one of the best action series ever made. The show used its storytelling mechanism, which was designed to depict 1 hour in real time, to tell its story at breakneck speed, which means there was always plenty of action to be witnessed. 24's action was so interesting because of the way it worked in conjunction with the show's idea of depicting events in real time. The result was often thrilling, combining Bauer's attempts to save the country, the president, or the world into a show that was hard to miss, in part because of the inventive ways that Bauer would find to get out of his current predicament. 5th place, Daredevil. There's a lot to love in the way that Daredevil presents its action sequences. Perhaps the most notable action sequence is the famous hallway fight scene, which is one extended take that features Daredevil taking on several rooms filled with enemies to save a young boy. The sequence is marvelously choreographed, and it demonstrates the heavy influence that kung fu films have on the series. The acrobatics that the show often employs during his fights are a wonder to behold, in part because Daredevil is always required to use his fist to solve his problems. He's just a normal blind guy who's trying to save the world, by any means necessary. 4th place, Vikings. Vikings portrays Ragnar as a farmer who rises to fame by successful raids into England, and eventually becomes a Scandinavian king with the support of his family and fellow warriors. The series broadly follows the exploits of the legendary Viking chieftain Ragnar Lothbrok and his crew, and later those of his sons. The battle between defiant Ragnar with Earl Haraldson and one-on-one combat mostly draws its depth and excitement from the significance of the fight rather than the fight itself. A victory for Ragnar means he resides as the new Earl, while his defeat will bring an early death. The chaotic and claustrophobic feel of the scenes produces a feeling of panic and desperation, allowing for a more gripping showcase. Every battle contains plenty of awesome action in its own right. The formations and shield walls that kick off epic ancient-style battles that break apart into the more chaotic and medieval-style skirmish, where heroes taking part in the fight alongside one another, including Floki, Rollo, and Lagertha. The fight mixes in large-scale assaults with various one-on-one face-offs of trained Viking fighters, including a particularly impressive display by Ragnar and Rollo. 3rd place, The Walking Dead. Sheriff Deputy Rick Grimes gets shot and falls into a coma. After he wakes up, he finds himself in a zombie apocalypse. Not knowing what to do, he sets out to find his family. He gets connected to a group to become the leader. He takes charge and tries to help this group of people to survive and find a place to live and get them food. This show is all about survival, the risks, and how to survive. The show is more action-based as people become the main villains. The show has some killer fight scenes. Rick and other heavy fighters were seen in action. The one-on-one fights between Lee versus the Stranger, Javier versus Badger, and Michonne versus Randall are visceral and quick. Game mechanics are introduced in Season 1 when you had to use the tractor as cover from the bandits, and the scene when White gets out of the car in 400 Days and tries to help the injured cop and tries to shoot every incoming zombie. Second place, Star Wars: The Clone Wars. The action scenes in The Clone Wars are a highlight of the show. The unexpected angles, challenging terrain, and the way the characters' movements tell about their personalities mean that one swipe of a lightsaber is worth 1,000 words. From lightsaber fights to blaster battles and spaceship sorties, this show is full of action. The biggest fights feature Jedi, but there are also clones, politicians, and space cowboys with blasters aplenty. The show incorporates elements of martial arts that look both realistic and dangerous. First place, Game of Thrones. Last in the line, we have Game of Thrones. The show brought the idea of wonders and dangers to life. Every season brought a bigger budget for the show, allowing for more action-packed sequences and intensity like no other. The battle is a showdown between Jon Snow and Ramsay Bolton over control of the North. An all-out massacre was a perfect combination of action with horror. Death loomed ominously throughout. We saw a fraction of the army of the dead and what they're capable of. Not only was this battle intense, but scary. One of the greatest battles ended with the much-hated and sadistic Ramsay Bolton, whose wrongdoings against Sansa were finally answered for. Game of Thrones had all the action, brutality, persistence, and blood that an action sequence show needs. So, what are your thoughts on all these action sequence shows? Let us know in the comments below. Also, make sure to leave us a like, share this video with your friends, and also subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time for more.